Dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Fighting in the nude. Drunk people pooping in the street. It's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Just so many stories. It's really weird what's going on. I don't know if the frequency's increasing or we just have a rush of these people that have gone out into the world, someplace typically of nature, and have not returned because they went out with their partner. Now, we've talked a lot about the couple that went on the sailboat in the Bahamas, and she gets swept away, and her husband, Brian, is fine. He floats back to shore, and they had let him out after holding him for several days because they didn't have any other options. And, well, he was talking about anybody that would listen. He's really trying to make his case. And I saw Brian Hooker, who's the guy that, is accused of all this stuff. I mean, he really could open up the tear ducts. He was crying, and he was... I don't know. Tell me, do you believe that he had nothing to do with the disappearance of his wife from the dinghy going to their sailboat in the Bahamas?
I don't think I've ever been apart from her in 25 years. For this long, she wouldn't stop, and I'm not going to stop.
Did police ever explicitly ask you if you hurt your wife?
Of course.
What did you say to them?
I said I've never harmed Lynette, and I never would harm Lynette. And I want to find Lynette.
The police believe that Brian Hooker is still considered a suspect in this case.
What is the point of being here on a sailboat without her?
Okay.
Did you see tears, or was he just pretending to cry?
It looked like he was crying.
Were there wet tears rolling down his face?
It looked like there might have been, yeah.
What do you give that performance?
Oh, his performance was pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know that I still believe him. I think he just might be a good actor. And honestly, sometimes people that are that diabolical, they can dial up emotions and they can be amazingly believable. And you're like, wow.
So, ask Ted Bundy. Well, you can't ask Ted Bundy because he's dead.
Right. Yeah.
I believe her child and her mother, and both of them are very suspicious of him. And her mom even said that she called her crying one night and said, I got to get away from this man. It's horrible.
Well, what's crazy, she even said in a text message she's got to stop going out on the boat with him, and then she did. And then that was it. That's the last thing anybody's likely going to see of her, because this many days at sea, it's not looking good.
If you fear that your partner might hurt you, don't go out on the boat or in the woods or out in the desert. Don't do it.
But Kevin, you're right. There are some people who are able to kind of trick the media by acting. Their acting is just good enough. And then you see other people and you go, oh my gosh, are you even trying right now?
You're right.
And now we've got the story of this 31-year-old influencer. Ashley Janae is what she went by as an influencer. Her real name is Ashley Robinson. She went on vacation with her boyfriend, Joe McCann, to Zanzibar, Tanzania. And right away, you ever see those couples and you're just like, they just don't look quite right together, because she is young and beautiful. She's 31. He's older, and just, he wouldn't turn your head if he's walking down the street. She would. And you're just like, okay. And he looks like he's a good bit older than her. And they checked into a luxury resort on April 6th. But apparently after an argument, hotel staff separated them into two different rooms.
Oh, wow.
And then she was found unconscious 2 days later and pronounced dead that following day.
What was the cause of death?
Well, I think what the cause is, and they're looking at all this stuff, and right now they're not releasing a lot, but I think the belief is that he strangled her and then strung her up to make it look like she committed suicide.
Well, there's ways for them to tell.
Mm-hmm.
If a proper examination is done, they can tell if you were strangled or if you hung yourself.
Oh, yeah. Somebody definitely watches Dateline.
Now, the death is currently being investigated as a possible suicide, though the case is remaining open. And Robinson's mother said her daughter called the day before her death about the separation. So, I don't know. We'll see. Police are questioning McCann as a witness, and they've taken his passport, so he cannot take off. So, but no charges or arrests have been made yet. But this is very much like the Brian Hooker story.
Yes.
That we got here, that it's so unfortunate. So unfortunate. Yeah, just wild. And it's all going out with somebody you think that loves you more than anything, and then you don't come home. and they're likely the suspect.
Horrifying.
One story after another, just every day they're popping out. Well, there was a kidnapping attempt at a Nebraska Walmart. I don't know if you saw this, but that 31-year-old woman that grabbed a 3-year-old boy at knife point inside the store after stealing a large kitchen knife.
I saw the video stills of this.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
She then forced his guardian outside into the parking lot. When officers arrived, they repeatedly ordered her to drop the knife, but instead, she slashed the child in the face and hand.
Oh,
and they
my
said,
gosh.
That's it. They lit her up.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point,
you have to light her up.
The toddler was rushed to the hospital with serious injuries, but is expected to survive. But
slashed in the face, he's not going to be okay.
Probably going to have a scar that you'd be like, what did you get that from? When I was 3, a woman abducted me at knife point from a Walmart.
Horrifying.
And it's so weird because, Walmart usually doesn't have odd stories like this.
And I don't know how this guy still had a license. Dr. Thomas Shagnovsky was charged with second-degree manslaughter for allegedly removing the liver instead of the spleen of a 70-year-old William Bryan during a 2024 surgery.
He took out the wrong organ?
Yeah, this is in Walton County, Florida. They say the error caused fatal catastrophic blood loss, and then he tried to cover it up.
Oh, is that why they got him with the second degree?
That's why they gave him the manslaughter charges. And in 2023, he made a similar mistake when he removed a patient's pancreas instead of an adrenal gland.
What the hell? Are we drinking and surgerying?
They finally now suspended his license, but why didn't that happen after 2023?
Amen.
They allowed him to go out and do it again.
Wow.
Kill somebody. Pretty crazy. They say an AI deepfake scandal ended up killing a re-election campaign in Oklahoma. Democrat John Waldron admitted to sending a woman an AI-generated image of the two of them kissing, even though it wasn't real. People are like going, that's creepy.
Oh,
she did too.
It's going to get so bizarre when it comes to all this stuff.
They can make anything.
Yeah, he was running for re-election, but his own party pulled support, and they're like, okay, dude, you're weird. Like, we don't want you representing us.
I mean, they'll arrest you for doing stuff of underage. People are making that kind of content.
It's horrifying.
You're going to prison.
It's crazy.
Have you ever heard of the band G Love Special Sauce?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a guy's name's Garrett Dutton. He is the dude that is G Love in the band G Love and Special Sauce. He says he lost his stash of 5.92 Bitcoin after downloading what he thought was the Ledger Wallet app, which allows users to manage their cryptocurrency holdings. And he did it from Apple's App Store and put it on a new computer. Apparently, it was an imposter app that duped him into entering his seed phrase, giving scammers access to his funds worth about $424,000.
Oh, my God.
He said it was a decade worth of savings. And then he said it was my own damn fault for not being more diligent, but let it serve as a warning. There's so many scams, and that's one of the reasons why I am not in a position to do crypto. They would take everything I have so fast.
I can barely regular bank.
Yeah.
It's just out of my league.
That's just rough to lose a decade worth of savings over something like that.
Damn, G-Love.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If you find that out, do you instantly just, I mean, I know money's tight at that point, but do you just get a pizza or a meal just to kind of drown your blues?
Yes.
Yeah.
You definitely have to let yourself mourn for that money and give yourself grace. You got duped. And luckily, you're a big enough icon that you can get back out there and tour and make it up again. Mm-hmm. I mean, people do know G-Love and Special Sauce.
Especially if they know he got screwed over, even with a GoFundMe or something, people will.
If that goes, if he calls the tour, I got screwed over by crypto scam.
Right.
People will go to that to support him, and maybe he'll be able to make his money back.
Mm-hmm. There's a motorcyclist in Louisiana who had a pretty good streak of running from the police and getting away. In fact, that's how he decorated his motorcycle. On his bike, on the tank, it said, pigs evaded, and it had a tally mark of 11. on there.
Dude, I mean, you are just asking for them to be so mad when they finally catch you.
And they did, and they posted that photo, and it's like now he needs to add cops 1.
They should add it.
I would add it for him. Be like, hey, we gave you your bike back, free paint job.
I heard that's a whole betting thing done where people, what they'll do is they'll deliberately try to find a police officer car, and people bet if you're able to outrun the car.
Oh, wow.
And that's how they're making money.
That is so unsafe. You're going to run into an innocent person out on the roadway who's just trying to get to work, and you're going to kill somebody, you dumbass.
Mm-hmm. And another win, I guess, for cops. They say a research team has introduced a prototype for a THC breathalyzer that could make roadside marijuana testing a thing.
Oh.
24 states have legalized pot for recreational purposes, but it's illegal to drive under the influence. But that's been one of the issues is they're like, it's really hard to test for. Tell if somebody's currently high, but apparently whatever this is might be able to do that.
I know where we can do some beta testing.
Okay, right, yeah.
I mean, technically, you're not supposed to be driving. Anything that takes you away from your faculties, it could be over-the-counter drug. You're
You're
not
right.
supposed to take it.
Reaction time is a thing, and all of that weed, alcohol, pills, it slows you down.
And a heads up, if you're going to be swimming in the Atlantic Ocean just off of the South Florida coast, they have tracked a 10-foot, 3-inch juvenile female great white shark named Kaio. This happened on Monday.
Don't want to run into that.
689 pounds. Not to fat shame her, but she's a big girl.
Wow, that's Jaws-like.
Yeah, she's a part of a research effort that studies shark migration. And back in July, she was in Nova Scotia. She came south for the winter. And here she is, 4,100 miles she traveled.
Wow.
Yeah, so she might be tired, but she still has enough energy to eat you. So, just to give you a heads up.
Can we put out a warning? Do we have a tracker on this thing?
That's the warning I just did.
Where is she specifically?
You would think if there was
It's a big ass ocean.
if there was anything ever to track.
I want to know a town, a beach.
We got them out there right now, just so you know.